McLean! Intro would have worked more if they won. But did they win? Did they fuck win? They drew one each in extra time and get pumped out in penalty. So McLean doesn't work.
Never mind, die hard. It was a lose hard tonight.
That was pish. But anyway, we kick off
Just
the game.
like the Linfield penalties.
We kick off the game. RFS have the first major chance. Overhead kick. Do I remember the guy's name? No, but I was watching because I've read it in my sticky notes, and that is all that matters. Linfield charge forward. Kirk Miller flicks a ball on. Sam Ross misses a tap in. You're thinking, come on, the mighty Blues. I mean,
started with Gallagher.
Like, I know
much better.
We're skipping ahead, right? It's Gallagher, right? Not Gallagher. It's Gallagher.
Fucking dog shit.
Right, anyway, right, Linfield can say what they want. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Very unlucky. But, right, they blew a 2-0 lead in Latvia and they blew a 1-0 lead here. What fucking else do they want? And their penalties were pish. You get me? You get me? There's a bunch. I mean, there was a point in the game where I went, see, we've turned this over and the quality doesn't look too much different. I mean, as soon as I said that, they couldn't string a pass together. About 5, boot it out. McDade, just before half time, almost scores, should score, doesn't. We get to half time, the best moment of the match. The commentators are hyping up the sub. He says, we're bringing on experience. A rocking midfield doesn't get much better than Jimmy Gallagher. Well, I disagree with that.
He also said you have to have real quality to get in this Linfield team. It's another thing I disagree
See, if I walked down to Windsor Park tonight with my fucking boots on, I'd have started up front. My fucking star power alone. So I don't think you need to have real quality. Like, you just need to have the fucking IQ to find out where Windsor Park is, and you'll be playing. But it doesn't get much better than Jimmy Gallagher. Fuck off. I don't know who said this on commentary, right? But it's way closer that it doesn't get much worse than Jimmy Gallagher, isn't it? If we're talking in football terms, think of out of all the teams in football, it doesn't get much better than Jimmy Gallagher.
I mean, who's he linked with? What's he done?
He's probably linked with more paramilitaries than he has fucking football teams. The guy's pish. Right, but anyway, you know what? He actually played alright until he scored no goal, but we'll get to that. McDade and Miller, the ball is passed straight to the guy at the back. I believe it's Miller. No, is it McDade? I don't know, man. Victor McDade.
You just said McDade and Miller. I believe the ball was passed to the guy at the back. Is it Miller or McDade? Make up your fucking mind.
Woo! But yeah, one of them one of them takes the ball off the defender. I mean, they're 6 yards out. He can't get past the goalie. It then flicks up. One of them can't get the shot away. It flicks up again. Then Miller heads it. He's about 20 yards off. So what is this? What is this?
Yeah, just embarrassing, man.
RFS are played through. Jobs. The guy's called Chris Jobs. Hi, Chris does job. He keeps Linfield in it. It was alright. The ball gets whipped in next for Linfield. I believe it was Kirk Miller. Handball. Wasn't really. Well, it was handball, but I mean, it was a natural position. So what do you want? Davino. Ball whipped in. Another ball. Cleared off the line. It looked like it might have been over, but I think 3/4 of the ball was over, but a quarter wasn't. One of those ones. So what would you say that is?
I'd have gave it like.
No, you'd have gave it. The ball is then whipped in again. A lot of balls getting whipped in for Linfield, and it's Finlayson, last kick of the 90, hits it off the post with a header.
Are you sure you're not just repeating the same fucking note over and over? Like, no.
No, I've definitely got my...
Ball whipped in, ball whipped in.
I was there. But yeah, I mean,
swing it out, swing it out.
RFS didn't actually have anything. They had a couple of set pieces, free kicks and shit.
They also had about 12 fans show up.
Yeah, 12 fans show up, 11 more than Linfield, but... It is what it is. And then Linfield get their break. They have another ball whipped in. It's literally like the only fucking go-to.
Yeah, before you mention that, right? Serious note here, right? Linfield were only using about half the stadium, right? And I believe Windsor Park holds about, 18,000?
Yeah.
Let's just say 20. It's by far the biggest stadium in Northern Ireland, right? And Linfield are the club with the biggest fan base. Now, considering a non-Irish team's never qualified for group stage European football, I also think it's fair to say this is probably the biggest game Linfield have maybe ever had in their... At least the biggest game in recent history. Can we go with that?
Yep.
I mean, if they could only sell the stadium halfway, right? Half it. Why would there ever be a cause or why would you ever try and make an argument for like a stadium expansion in bigger stadiums in Northern Ireland? What would be the need for it? Why would they be necessary if Linfield could only sell out their stadium about half capacity here in this Europa Conference League playoff? When it, like I said, name me a bigger game than this, really. I mean,
but what Linfield were relying on here was the win and actually gain a bit of exposure, you know, and get away fans in from like big teams, but they didn't get that.
Do you think maybe it's a Scottish thing? Do you think maybe we like view European football and like the state of our league more importantly than other nations? Like, do you think for Linfield they would consider a league game against Glentoran bigger than this?
I fucking disagree, man. 2.5 million on the line. What is it?
I mean, for the club,
2.5 fucking bags of chips in the Glentoran game.
No, maybe for the club is different, but I mean fan wise. Do you think fans would rather go to Linfield Glens than Linfield Europa League playoff in Riga?
But they play the Glens every year. I know you can say Celtic and Rangers, but there's stuff on the stuff that fucking matters, man. Actually, good play, not these fucking jobbers. I mean, this was actually a chance to get in. I mean, this is the biggest game in their history. First time they get into the European stages. I mean, they've been in this position before against Quarabag and shit, but there was actually they were actually the favourites in my eyes to do this, and they couldn't even do it. And we only get like 8,000 people in the stadium. Embarrassing. But back to the goal. Yep, it's whipped in. Oh, hilarious. McLean. Back post, buries it, drills it home. The goalie's caught in no man's land here. Shocking, right? And then let's just get to the next bit of shocking news. Because RFS are piling that many bodies forward, we have a 4-on-1 situation here. I don't know who messed this up, but it's played to him. I mean, you could say it's kind of shit from the guy with the ball, but he's about 9 yards out, 8-9 yards out, and he just passes it straight into the goalie's hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, embarrassing. Should be finishing this all day long.
Like, you've either got to go for placement or par, and he just went for neither. And when you go for neither, you're relying on the goalie to have an autistic attack in nets and die or something, and even then he might still land on the ball. And then straight after this, RFS have their turn to whip the ball in. Gallagher, whatever you want to call it, he goes to clear. There's nothing better. Doesn't get any better than Jimmy Gallagher. That's what RFS are thinking, because he boots it in the back of the net, and then the mighty Linfield miss their first 2 penalties. RFS score all theirs. And Linfield are away to the IRS, because they're shite, aren't they? They fucking threw this away.
I mean, probably won't get a better chance than this.
I mean, I don't even think Motherwell would have threw this away. And Motherwell are shite.
Aye, it's a tough day for Linfield. I mean,
tough day for Linfield at the office. They crumble. Any Linfield fans, leave your thoughts down below. Well, you think he's at the game? Send us some fucking footage, man. Woo! But until next time, Irish football sucks. Northern Irish, brother. Woo!